question was do you play CS:GO because it is something you're decent at and don't know what you want to do with your life? Well, your original question I think is do you play CS:GO because I'm gonna mute my volume in game because
Wow.
you said because it comes to you naturally and you don't like any other games or something like that. I don't play CS:GO. I don't play CS:GO because I can't speak English. I don't play CS:GO because it comes easily to me. I don't play CS:GO has almost nothing to do with what I want to do with my life. If there was anything that had anything to do with that, it would be like why do I stream or why am I trying to create a relatively well liked stream? That's maybe because I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I think streaming full time would be a really cool thing. I don't know necessarily how long that would last. If you look at the longevity of that kind of thing, if the game dies, maybe I could move on. If eventually streaming just is no longer a thing, but I think with the advancement of esports and everything, I'll see you later, 200 men. Thanks for stopping by. Anyways, but with the way that esports is growing, specifically CS:GO, I think that it could be a very viable thing, for at least a while to come. And even then, it's like if I can stream full time and make decent money, like, why wouldn't I do that, man? I mean, yeah, okay, a lot of people that stop going to school, don't go back. But I mean, if I get my AA and then I want to stream full time because I have that viewer base or I develop that community, like, I'll do that. I mean, if it lasts a year, 2 years, more, whatever, and then I go back to school because maybe then, I've hopefully playing at the professional. Who? I'm in the middle of I'm answering some long ass shit. You talking about cheapo? Because that's what I'm answering.
No.
Well, hold on. I gotta finish this because I've been literally having an answer for like an hour. And I think he's about to go. So what I was saying is, and the fact is that I really have faith that my team can win main this season. And if we win main, then we go invite.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Yes.
Thank you, Mad Cow, dude, for your donation. Yeah, you get a mod, man. It's $1 for mod. You buy it on my stream. I write people's donations on my phone because then I can add it to the thing later. Mad Cows, it's a little delayed. How do you put the scoreboard below? It was added in the HUD update. Go to options, game options, and scoreboard position. It's bottom or top of screen. Anyways, and like I said, so if I'm invited professional or whatever, then I'm hopefully attending LANs. I don't know if I have a sponsor. If we have a sponsor, going to NA LANs. I've been to a few LANs. I went to several source LANs. I've been to three Go LANs, I think. And even if you don't go to win, I mean, if I'm going with my team, then I'm going to win. But if I'm going with friends, I'm going for the experience. I'm going to play, play the game and just have fun and meet people and socialize. And you'd be surprised how many people really are not that socially awkward. That maybe online are just complete just antisocial, introverted people, but when you meet them in person and actually shake their hand and talk to them about the game, about sports, about what they're doing, it's really cool. That is one of the things I love about esports in general, more so the competitive games, because you don't go to LAN to play fucking MapleStory or RuneScape. You go to LAN to play League of Legends, to play Dota, to play Counter-Strike, to play StarCraft, to play competitive games where you can meet people and at the end of the game shake their hand and say, good game, man. I went the first Go LAN I went to, I won first place. I went with a lot of ESEA players, and the hardest competition we had was a 16-5. That was the most rounds that people got on us, and even the people that we 16-0'd and 16-1'd, it was like, there's some guys they all had shirts on with this guy's website, and his website basically raised money to give games and board games and toys to children that couldn't afford it in orphanages and stuff, and we 16-0'd them, or maybe maybe 16-1, but it was still like, good game, man. I'm glad you're here, glad you're playing, I'm glad you're supporting the game, supporting the LAN scene. Because most of the local tournaments, it's like you get $100 for winning because the prize pool's 500. When you go to like the $10,000 LANs, then it's a little more than just like having fun. Like you're going to win. You want to win the $7,000 or whatever first place is, especially if you go with your team. All the Go LANs I've been to have just been with ragtag groups of friends and players from ESEA in the area, Florida. But I think, Cheapo, the reason that I really play CS:GO is because no other game... This plug is taking forever to fill up. No other game, you play MapleStory, has ever captured my attention like CS:GO has. I've been gaming since I was 8 years old. I played Dungeon Keeper, if you may have heard of that. I played the original StarCraft. I played Ion of Strife, which was the StarCraft mod that the original Dota was formed from. Then I played Warcraft 3. I played Dota. I played Footies. I played Arena. I played Age of Empires. I played. I know Nightbot's sleeping, man. I'm sorry. What did you want though? I'll give you my crosshair in a second. I played Age of Mythology, Age of Empires. I remember playing, the original Vanilla WoW in 2000 and whenever that was, and then Counter-Strike. I found Counter-Strike, dude. 2004. I started playing Source. I was 9 years old. I was playing at 50 FPS on a Dell machine with a Dell ball mouse, my parents' computer, and I was like, this game is, I was bad. Of course I was bad when I started, dude. I was young. I had a squeaky voice. No one respected me. I was a player on I was an admin on a 24/7 crack house server. I played Warcraft Source. I was a part of this European clan. I got my first Razer mouse. It was a Razer Copperhead. I played a really tiny Winnie the Pooh mousepad, dude. My name was Nightcrawler in game. It was a 24/7 Aztec server. I ended up getting a little bit better at the game, dude, and they called me a cheater. And I got kicked from the clan because I was so young and I was pretty good at the game. I was like a young swag. And time went on. I played a little bit more, and then I think in 2007 I found out ESEA, and at that time I was about 12 years old, and I started playing ESEA, and I played mostly Source Open with friends and whatever, and didn't do very well. Probably had the skill was the measure of was the parameter for measuring your skill. It was actually called skill, and it was a kind of like an MMR system similar to League of Legends or Dota or where they got that from chess, and started to progress in Source, and I mean he's still young. He's like 18 now, I think, or something. But anyways, and I started playing. I played IM, and then I think it was around maybe 2010 or 11 or something. I started playing main, and that's when these are maybe a little bit off, half a year or something. But the point is it's still relevant, and that's when I was like, I'm actually pretty good at this game. I've gotten pretty good at this game. I've been playing this game for 6 or almost maybe 7-ish years. I may be young, but I think I have the talent. I just need experience. I've played Open IM and main, but I want to go invite. And I remember when Anger was on Team Dynamic, and I scrim with them every once in a while. I'd play him in some 10-mans, very few 10-mans because I was still young and I was unknown. But he told me the one compliment, because he's the only pro player I really knew much, and he was probably one of the best NA riflers. Well, I'm for sure he's one of the best NA riflers in Source. Told me that I have the raw aim and I have the potential to play this game at the invite level. Unfortunately, I think what happened was that I started playing the game a little bit too late, because Source was starting to die, and like when I was really at the peak of my Source ability, I play at native, man, 1920 by 1080, native res. Not a lot of people use it, and it's one of the things where res is just what you're comfortable at. And this is my current crosshair. That's the small one. It's going to look different at different resolutions. Anyways, back to my explanation. And then and I think 2012, August 2012, Go came out. And I played it a little bit, and I was like, I just don't like it, dude. I'm sticking with Source. And like, I love 1.6, but I was way too young. I only pugged that. I never played that in League. I played in Cal, I played in the original Cevo, I played in the RGA League, the BOE League, the Eco League, and they were all fucking awful. And in Source, obviously. And so for almost a year, I did not make the transition. I think from August 2012, when Go Beta came out, or I don't know if that's when the game was released, to August 2013, I think I played a total of maybe 50 hours of Go. I was still going strong in Source and Source pugs. And eventually I was like, the game is great, I need to make the transition. And between August 2013 and now, I've amassed 1,500 hours in Go. Which I think I did the math. I did from August 2013 to now is about, like, I don't know, like 6-7 months or something. I don't know. I'm really bad. Actually, wait. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So 9 months, whatever. I'm fucking awful at math. I think it's about, on average, 5 hours a day. And you have to understand that, like, a lot of the time I wouldn't play for 2 days, or I'd leave for a week or something, because a lot of this was the end of my high school career, and I was trying to focus on finals and whatever, and thinking about college and summer. And then, so some days I wouldn't play at all, and some days I'd play 12 hours. And it was like when 1.6 first came out. If you haven't, this pug is the longest pug forever, and it's like when 1.6 came out. If you haven't seen this movie, you should probably watch it. It's about a 45-minute documentary called E-Athlete. It's right there, man. It's size 2. It's in the thing I copy and pasted, brother. That was about complexity and Jason Lake funding that and being the first, one of these first competitive North American teams, and going to China and doing this other stuff and attending these international lands and being treated like celebrities. And is this guy this bad? Anyways, and I know I've been ranting a lot. I've been kind of telling you my story, but really, to tell you the truth, I play this game because, like I said, nothing has ever captured my attention more than this game. I tried to record some. I bought a $200 PVR. I've played every. I know. I'm in the game server. I'm just not playing. Yeah, it's crosshair size 2. The gap is -1. I played every Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. On PC and console. And I bought all of them for console. I played for 2.5 weeks on console, dude, and I would get bored. I would not touch it. The only reason I even bought them in the first place was to play with friends, because maybe it's a little bit more noob friendly, or whatever you want to say. This is Call of Duty, of course. Like most people have heard of Counter-Strike. They always know what it is, but they're not aware truly of the game. And I know I was just going to get the info. So like I said, I've put so much time into this game. I've played this game for 10 years, and I'm 19 years old. That's more than 50% of my life I've been playing this game. And I played WoW, I played League of Legends, I played Dota, I played Han, I played Dota 2. I've played so many different other games and other genres of games, and they're fun and everything, but nothing's ever captured, because I think it's maybe the skill gap. And especially with Counter-Strike, it's the fact that you can always tell when someone's a pro, or and with Go there's more. Hold on a second. In Go there's more like random and lucky shit happens, but still, if there's a guy here and I'm aiming here, dude, I'm not gonna kill him just being 10 pixels off, or whatever the unit of measurement you want to say it is. And the fact that I think I really do have the potential to play the invite level, and I think I'm right there. I'm on the cusp of it, and everyone has their off days. I'm becoming more and more consistent. And really, it's just because I love this game. I love Counter-Strike more than any other game. I've dedicated a large part of my life to it. Go combine my 1,500 hours of Go with my 300 hours of 1.6 with my probably total 4,000 hours of Sword. I got 2,000 on this. Hold on. 2,000 on this account. I'm going to play this pug now. That's a good answer. Alright, I'm back. One more restart, I'll call. I don't think I just told like a 15-minute story or something.